if other people join, I'll just have to wait. Hello, folks. Welcome to Holiday Beers Wednesday. This is not a wild card because it's the first Wednesday of the month. And Alex, we'll get back to you on yours. So I'm here in Louisiana, and we're going to look at holiday beers. You know, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's type of thing, and they tend to be very similar one to the other, although there are variations. So I'm in Louisiana, and then Nico is in Colorado, and Bumpy Road is in New Hampshire, Bumpy Road Brewery, and Michael is in Brooklyn, New York City, New York, and Alex, the Good Master's in New Jersey. Hello, Alex. And the Whiskey Scout is in Kansas. So we've got the West, the Northeast, and the South, the Gulf Coast. So we'll start looking at comments. I'll post the link below in case anybody else wants to join. You can join because we can drop people out and add people in. So yeah, you can join. Just wait in the waiting area. It'd be no problem. We have a system for doing it. It works pretty well. So yeah, you can do that. Okay, so now I'm gonna talk about my beer because I think other people are gonna try to join. So we gotta kind of move it along. Okay, hello, welcome. There's the comic books in the back. I'm gonna end my comic book collecting, but that's another story. Okay.
I agree, Ron. I'll ask you about that later.
Huh?
I'll ask you about that later.
Yeah, I have enough anyway, and there's various reasons, including the fact that nothing ever comes in the mail anymore. Okay, and I have to end up going to search books down that were supposed to arrive in the mail. Here's Shiner Holiday Cheer. It comes out in a white label, a green label, and a red label, so Christmas colors. It's from Spetzel Brewing Company. People call it Shiner Brewing, but it's actually Spetzel Brewing Company, and it's in Shiner, Texas. And they call it Shiner this, Shiner that. A lot of people call it Shiner Bock, and they'll call everything Shiner Bock Christmas beer, Shiner Bock Summer Ale. And no, Shiner Bock is one of the brands they make. This is 5.4% alcohol, 22 IBUs. It was introduced in 2010. So it's a 10-year anniversary for this and other things. Okay, now I'll read the description. Ale brewed with peaches and pecans, or pecans, some people say. But to me, a pecan is like Libby's, and you got peas in it, a pecan. But ale brewed with peaches and pecans and with natural flavor and caramel color, because you know you want to have that caramel color. So there's a big essay on the back about the history of this beer, which I won't bother reading because they put like a treatise on the back. All right. Twist cap. Nice and convenient. We did visit, you know, my friend David. We took a road trip out there 2 years ago this month, and it was a really nice tour. Oh, nice smoke. Nice smoke. I didn't show that. And it was free, and then they gave you a bunch of free beer. And that was the best tour we ever went on, I think. Yes. Now, there is...
Hey, Ron, I didn't mean to interfere you, but how is Dave doing, by the way? He's doing great, right?
I hadn't talked to him in a few days, but he was doing fine. On Sunday, he wanted me to go out to the hot rod shop because they would cook in and stuff. I said, no, I'm watching the Saints game. So this thing is brown. I guess we call that a lighter shade of brown with a thin head, but it is in a wine glass. If it was in a narrower glass, it'd probably be a thicker head. Okay, the aroma. Oh, peachy. If you like the smell of peaches, this may be one for you. And some mild, I suppose, pecan aroma, but I'm saying that because I know it. You know how it is? Like, now you know it, so you're thinking it, but I may not be talking about pecans if I didn't know better. This smells sweet.
Yeah, psychosomatic.
Right. Psychosomatic. So cheers to y'all.
Cheers, Jay.
Cheers, my friend.
One thing I like is that it's got some good. I'm going to go back and do the comments in a little bit, y'all. Don't think I'm ignoring the comments. It's got some good bitterness right off the bat. It's not just some sweet candy cane sugar bomb. Now, it has brown ale components like dark malts, not super dark malts like bread crust. The peaches present themselves more in the aroma than in the flavor, so you get some mild little flavorings, but it's not like overdone. It's subtle peach, maybe pecan, but it seems like a melange of flavors more than like, oh, here's this, here's that, and here's that. It doesn't really compartmentalize so much. It's just a mixture of the flavors.
Mm-hmm.
Which to me is a good sign. Light to medium body in a dry finish. Now, when Jesse comes on, I want to make sure we can get any Mexican lager for next
Mm-hmm.
week. I assume it could be like any lager that's from Mexico. Okay, so this is very enjoyable. The price isn't too bad. It's very popular in Louisiana. Of course, you know it's going to be popular all across Texas. And apparently the distribution is very good because I'm seeing people review this all across the United States. So definitely, if you're thinking about trying Shiner Holiday Cheer, don't hesitate. Just go ahead and buy it because I don't think you're going to be disappointed. Now, so we're going to move on to Chadio in Colorado. I worked all day. He worked all day. He's tired like I am. So
I'm exhausted.
Go
ahead.
No, I was just saying, fumbling and mumbling, you understand why. Okay.
Hey, Chadio, I like the Christmas hat. Keep up the Christmas spirit, my friend.
Oh, thanks. Also, I called and we're allowed to burn wood tonight, so I got a fire going as well. Like Jay said, I worked all day, but luckily I was working from home. But it was an all-day training, and it was kind of draining. But anyways, cheers, guys. I am trying my homebrew, which will technically fully be carbonated in about 2 weeks. But I figured let's give it a try now. That way I can describe it to friends when I give them the bottle. It's kind of like the one I did a few weeks ago, but this one has brown sugar added and less mulling spice. I'm going for a gingerbread taste. I tried to mimic the recipe of the Deschutes jubilee. So, yeah. So let's see if it doesn't explode on me. Oh, no. Didn't think it would. All right. Get her in the glass.
Looks delish already there, Chadio.
Yeah, as it felt, still minimum carbonation. Actually, there's more carbon than I thought it would be after half a week. Give it a smell. Okay, I'm definitely getting more of a gingerbread scent out of it than I did the first batch. There's less of the mulling spice. It's a lot more sweet on the nose than the last one. So if, I'll give it a taste and come around and let you guys know what I think. So I think Bumpy's next, if I remember right. Cheers.
Yep.
Cheers. What I'm bringing is the Correspondant Christmas ale. It's a brown ale, comes in at 8.1% ABV. It is a product of Belgium, and you want to read the important information on the back about the brewery. It says, according to the Surgeon General, women should not drink alcoholic beverages during pregnancy because of the risk of birth defects. I was hoping that there'd actually be something on the back, and I read that. I'm going to pour this into a glass. Right, so it's got a nice kind of khaki colored, light tan head type bubbles. The beer itself is it's got a lot of red hues actually. For a brown, it is quite on the red side when held up to light, but not much light. It does just look like a brown ale. Very, very fizzy with the carbonation. Not going to show up, but I could see it when I was looking at it through the light. Lots of carbonation bringing up through the thing. So I think it's going to be highly carbonated. The aromas. So a little bit of an earthy tone, and there are also some candy like cherry, kind of like a raisin as well, dark fruit. It smells kind of sweet, except for the kind of earthy tone, which I think might be coming from the hops. It's decent. Let's go in for the first week. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to
Legendary
you.
Pumpkin. Cheers.
Definitely Belgian style, like a brown ale you're going to pick up here in the States. Very fruit forward, dark, like raisin like flavors coming through. There is a bit of a bready, like a brown bread, a little bit of a bread crust type note in there, but lots of like candy type notes. A little bit of a cherry note in there. And it does have a bittering finish to it. Once again, kind of coming off on the earthy tones. Very sweet up front, though. Like I said, when I say candy, it's like little candy cherries and very sweet raisins. All right, and then the body feel on it seems kind of I'd say lighter side of medium and pretty spritzy with the carbonation. So it does actually have a little bit of a drying effect on the palate as well. But I'll be back around with a score for this thing. Cheers.
All right. Looks like a good start. I love Corson Donk. Oh, wait. I got to go. I went to the wrong person. I'm sorry. I'll be back.
Okay, so this is Two Roads Holiday Ale from Stratford, Connecticut, and it's 7.3%. I do not know the IBUs. It says Bière de Noël, so it's definitely a Christmas holiday beer. And this brewery is known for also doing a lot of other, brewers' beers as well as their own. So let me pour this into the glass and see what it looks like.
Hey, Michael, I drink one of your beers too, Michael. It was like a New England IPA, and I think it was delicious, at least in my opinion.
They're a good brewer, for sure.
Oh, yeah. They sure are, my friend.
Okay. I'm trying to do my perfect pour without it becoming all head, and so far it looks quite successful.
Nicely done.
And as you can see in the glass, the lighting is not great here, but let me look through the light. Similar to what we've been getting, it's kind of like a reddish brown color. Maybe this is a little bit lighter than the other one that we saw before that was reddish, but so maybe you say this is more primarily reddish, like a dark reddish color. And I don't know if you can see, but there's a lot of carbonation bubbles sitting on the side and some rising. Let me get a nose on it. The head is off white, not quite khaki though, but it's definitely not white. Let's see what it smells like. The smell is mostly spice. I can't identify what spices they are, but it's different than your typical pumpkin kind of spices that are there. So let's try to get a better idea what it is. Little sweetness. Just like a general spice, which for whatever reason is hard for me to identify. And other than that, you're getting a little bit of the malt. And that's about it. Let me give it a taste. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Now, Michael, did you ever have that beer before that?
No, I have not. This is my first time. I've had other stuff from Two Roads. This is the first time I've had this beer. Okay, it's interesting. The first thing, the 7.3 is definitely well masked. So this would be considered a dangerous beer. It's more like a session in what you're getting, in the five area. So they've hidden the alcohol very well. You're getting the spices, and again, very hard for me to identify what the spices are. Kind of like a combo spice effect, but it's a positive one, and it's very drinkable. And as you can see, the head's continuing to regenerate with really nice lacing on the side. It's tasty, and I guess my fairest description of the spice level is you're getting spices going all across your tongue, throughout right after the sip. It's got kind of a crisp finish as well. Not dry though, more crisp. I would recommend this beer a lot. I mean, it's really good. And I wouldn't say I'm a fanatic on holiday beer, but this one would be one that'd be nice to try, sitting by a fire or just being, home with your family for the holidays kind of thing. So I would recommend it. And I'll be back with a score when we come back around.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Oh, I thought we were going to Robert. I got confused. I thought Robert was next, but okay. I guess I'm next. So today I am reviewing Mad Elf from Trodes.
Nice.
And it is, I've already tried a couple bottles of this. It is good, but you'll get my meaning in a second. So it is. I mean, I guess it could be like a gimmick. I mean, they do this every year. Obviously, it's the first time I ever had it prior to what I just had with the beers. But before that, I've never had this beer before. This is my first time.
A gimmick would be like when you pop the cap, a light bulb came on inside of it, something like that.
Keep it up, my friend. That might be true. I don't know.
What's the ABV on?
Oh, before I slide that on, before I open it up, it is 15 IBU. It's 15 IBUs, and then the ABV is 11%.
Okay.
Let me show you that.
No, we believe you. Okay.
All right. I know you believe me, but it's good to see it too.
Right. We trust and verify. Okay.
There we go. Okay. And I don't want to be mean. Well, I'm gonna stop saying that word, but hey.
But you are mean.
Keep it up there, keep it up there, Robert. Appreciate you. Kind of has, I don't know if it's just me, but kind of has and I never described this way the other day when I did my review. Kind of has like a vegetable smell.
Well, that is kind of me.
I don't know if that's just me. Maybe I don't know what the heck I'm talking about, but but it does.
Cabbage.
But it's not supposed to smell like that. It's supposed to be like a fruity beer. I'm guessing that's what these beers are supposed to be like. It's supposed to be a fruity beer. I don't know. But it smells like a sweet vegetable thing. So I don't know. There's a reason why I gave it a low score.
Spinach.
Yeah, I don't know if it tastes like spinach.
I think they put. I think they brew it with cherries.
Well, yeah, but it's supposed to smell like cherries, meaning it's supposed to smell good. I love cherries. So I don't understand why it's not smelling like cherries then to me.
I shouldn't have started.
Well, if it's a cabbage smell, maybe it's for New Year's Day. Maybe it's a New Year's Day.
Who knows? But it looks like a nice crisp beer. The head is 2-finger head. I mean, and the carbonation's perfect. I could see you guys clearly. I could see myself clearly through the glass. So it's nice and red.
You can see me? I can't see me.
Well, no, I could see myself, not you.
Oh, okay.
No. Let's see what this tastes like, shall we? And then I'll let you know how it goes and stuff like that next time around. Cheers.
Cheers, Alex.
Now you can taste it and describe it, because next time around you're going to score it. Okay, taste it and describe
Okay, thank
it.
you. Thank you. All right, then I'll do that.
Does it taste like black-eyed peas and ham? Okay, I'm just kidding.
I love you, Ron. Don't worry about it. You're allowed to ball bust. You're my buddy. All you guys are allowed to ball bust. All right. So
Cheers, man.
it does taste. Cheers. It does taste exactly what it smells.
Cabbage.
I love you guys. I love you guys. I do taste a little bit of cherry, just a little bit, because I like cherry. Don't get me wrong. Cherry beers are delish. I just wish this would taste exactly like cherry, like the way I would think of it. It kind of has a dryness to it. Would I get this again every year just to drink it for the holidays? Maybe. But then I also have other holiday beers I want to try too in the next couple years or whatever. But it's a little creamy to me as of this moment. It does have that creaminess. I'm surprised. Shouldn't be creamy, but I like creaminess anyway. Kind of has a little bit of bitterness. I don't know why it has. Oh, yeah, because it's 15 IBUs. So you'd think, okay, bitter. That's a bitter unit, I believe. So there is some bitterness to it. So there's a little sweetness, a little bit of bitterness, a little bit of dryness down the throat, which I don't like. I mean, like the beers I got from Bumpy, they were a good beer, and they had a dryness on it, but I would get them again because they have a delicious juiciness beer, orangey juice kind of beers. Even though they have a dryness to it, I would get those beers again. This one, I'm not so sure
Get him a creek.
if I would get this again. I mean, maybe I'll get it again next year to see if it tastes better. Because sometimes some of these beers, every year, they'll, vary. The beers get better and better. So I'm hoping maybe this beer will be better next year. But this time I won't get a 6-pack. This time I'll get just a single. I can find a single to see if it tastes similar to what I taste today. So hoping one day we'll find that out next year.
Are you picking up some green eggs and ham with that thing?
No.
Okay. Just checking.
We're having fun with you, Alex.
No. Again, if you guys didn't ball bust me, I said this 1,000 times. If you guys didn't ball bust me, that means you don't love me. So we're good. Cheers.
Cheers, Alex.
Cheers, Alex.
But I'm going to give you a rating the next time around. It's a very good beer, but probably going to lower it down a little bit because it's not really my favorite. And it never was.
Gotta call it as you see it.
I mean, maybe the next holiday beer that I review might be better. You never know. But until then, we'll see what happens. What I say at the end here. Cheers.
Okay, now we're gonna go to the Whiskey Scout, and then John and Neely is gonna join, and then maybe Miscellaneous Magnets, who was saying we were too full, but no, he can still join.
And Burley Sullivan, and you guys was talking about Boone's. There was a night on Friday night throwdown. I drank a whole bottle of Boone's. It was a neat, interesting evening. Anyway, what I got here is Deschutes Jubilee, a festive winter ale, packaged on 9/29 of 20. IBUs are 65, alcohol by volume is 6.5%. It's a Bend, Oregon brewery. It is bottle conditioned too. I didn't know that till I was reading that on there. So I'm not going to go into the notes. I've had winter beers before, not this particular one, so it'll be interesting. Let's see what she does.
Ooh, that looks like a beautiful beer there, Legendary Robert.
Ooh. That's such a good beer. Love it.
Robert, nice pour.
Bravo.
I love
I'm
it too.
getting better. I'm getting better.
I like the straight in pour, but I'm like that. That's me.
You're not doing the Alex the Beer Master pour, right, Robert?
Yeah.
I have many times, Alex. Alex, more times than I care to remember.
That's okay.
No problem with it. We do got, it's got a good effervescence going on, so there's quite a bit of carbonation you still see after the pour. It even gathers in the bubble on the side of the glass. The glass is clean, so it's just not from a dirty glass. We got about a finger head, a little bit. I get chocolate. Chocolate's coming up forward. I'm getting a nice deep, I don't know if I'd say roasty maltiness, but there's a nice deep, heavy maltiness in this. Almost like a real dark wheat bread. And there's a spiciness in the background. I think of Christmas spices kind of background in it. But the chocolate's really up front. It's more of like a cocoa. It's not really like milk chocolate or something like that. It's more like a cocoa powder. Like when you open the cocoa powder can. Take a sip here.
Cheers, Robert.
Cheers.
Cheers, my friend.
Again, the cocoa is really nice in this. It's got, with the 65 IBUs, it does have a nice bitterness that sets on the side of the tongue. It's not overwhelming. Has some body, I would say medium. Like the medium body on it. Let me get another drink. Because it's still just, I'm getting mostly the chocolate and the spices off of that and the maltiness. It's palate's following nose so far. There's almost a light pininess, like you get with the IPA, but it's not IPA style. But there's a little bit of that pine note, and you get it at the end. It's not up front. It's not with everything else. It's right there in the back and in the end of the sip. I like it. It's good. The spices aren't up front. The cocoa is still the most dominating feature in the sip. Still maintains a good maltiness. I think maybe it's my mindset. I expect more body on it than it's probably given me because it's a dark beer and I get used to having a lot more body when I drink the stouts and stuff, and I'm maybe spoiled that way. It's nice dark, got a light reddish hue. You guys can probably see at the bottom of the glass there in it. It's like almost a ruby, dark ruby amber color, dark ruby red color, not amber. I like it. Let me sip on a little bit more and we'll come back around and see what we think.
All right.
Johnny boy.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, man.
Hey, John.
All right. So, what I've got this evening is from Lexington Brewing out of Lexington, Kentucky. This is the Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Peppermint Porter. Lexington Beer Company was formerly known as Alltech Brewing, but they changed the name within the last few years. I believe this is the first year for the Peppermint Porter. I've never seen it before this year. It's 8.2% alcohol by volume. It is naturally flavored porter with aged in oak bourbon barrels. So I've already poured it, and to make it official,
Legendary Johnny Boy. I've never heard of that. I've drank their beers before, but I've never seen that beer until this year.
right?
Yeah.
That's why I think this is the first year for it. To make it official, it's I'm going to drink it out of the Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ale glass there. So I poured it a long time ago and been sipping on it. The head has died down, but you do see that it does have a nice little thin film left behind, which is nice. The appearance, although it may look black on the screen when I hold it up to the light, it's definitely a dark brown, and it is clear. You can see through it. The aroma with this, peppermint patty. You get the peppermint right up front, that's the strongest aroma. Then you get some dark chocolate, and you get those nice malty, bready notes, maybe a touch of caramel. Nothing that would indicate that this is an 8.2% barrel-aged porter. It doesn't have – I can't pick up any barrel notes on the aroma, and I think that's mainly because the peppermint is so in your face that that's pretty much all you're getting, other than a little bit of the chocolate and the roasty, toasty notes from the roasted malt. That's pretty much it. It definitely smells good. So I'm going to go ahead and take a sip here and tell you guys what I think. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, friend. Cheers, Johnny boy.
The palate follows the nose. You're definitely getting the peppermint flavor right up front. A little bit of dark chocolate as well leads into a nice toasted bread note in the middle of the sip. A little bit of caramel sweetness. Just a touch of vanilla, which could be from the barrel aging. It doesn't really scream bourbon barrel. There's nothing that really, would make me think, all right, this is definitely a barrel aged beer. There is a little bit of the vanilla. Really not getting like any oak or woody type notes. It does drop off pretty quickly on the back end. The dark chocolate lingers in the finish a little bit. It's definitely not a dry finish. It's not a wet finish. It's kind of somewhere in between. Maybe the barrel aging and the higher ABV kind of dries it out a little bit quicker because it drops off pretty quickly once you swallow it down. The body with this is on the medium side. It's not heavy bodied. It is maybe a little thin for what I'm used to. And then again, I've been getting into a lot of stouts lately. So the porters just don't necessarily have that, they don't have that body that I'm necessarily looking for with a darker beer. It's not super thin or watery or anything, but it's definitely, it has no viscosity to it. It's very smooth at the same time. Very enjoyable, full of flavor, but it lacks a little bit of body for the alcohol and for all the flavor notes you're getting, especially from the peppermint. My biggest gripe with this, really my only gripe with this, is that the peppermint is so strong, it's enjoyable, but it's so pronounced, it's so in your face that the barrel notes are kind of lost. And I would like more bourbon barrel notes. I mean, I love bourbon barrel aged anything. So when you have the bourbon barrel right there on the label, as big as it is, I expect some more bourbon. But it's a well-balanced, enjoyable, Christmassy holiday type beer. If you like York peppermint patties or peppermint patties, the dark chocolate peppermint combo, I think you're absolutely going to love this beer. Just don't get your hopes up in the bourbon barrel flavor department because you might be let down. So I'll keep sipping. I'm back down with the rating here in a little bit, but thanks for having me on, and you can drop me out if you need to, whatever you got to do, and bring me back in or whatever.
I want your opinion, Johnny boy. Do you think it's a gimmicky thing? Because what I'm getting at here, it looks like it is. Yes, you did taste the vanilla and stuff like that.
It's not. But no, it's not gimmicky because it is as advertised, minus the strong bourbon barrel notes that I'm looking for. It tastes like a.
My point is, it says in the big words, bourbon barrel.
Well, the notes are there. It's just the peppermint is so strong that it kind of overpowers some of the barrel notes. So maybe a little bit more balance between the peppermint and the rest of the beer flavors would have been nice. True. So you could. But it's there. The notes are there. They're just not as pronounced as I think they should be.
Right. I get what you're putting down. All right.
Well, I have even more shocking news.
Oh, okay.
Before I go to the stunner, because I'm the #1 stunner. But before I can't help that, it's a gift. Before I go to that, this beer,
Diamond Dallas
Steiner Holiday Cheer, green label, Full Metal Jacket. 5.4% alcohol. Well, I like it. I don't love it. I'm not like in adulation for it, but I'm going to give it a 92. Michael's going to start tabulating now. I'm giving it a 92. It's an excellent beer, A minus, maybe not quite to a solid most excellent A. I'm going to update the comments a little bit, but I really like it. I've had it 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times maybe in my life. I'll probably have it again. It's so readily available. I wish. Hey, Special Brewing, listen here. Y'all need to let more of your beers be available over here. Y'all make all kind of stuff, and you dribble out just a little, like a pathetic sample of what you offer over here in Louisiana. You know, I'm not driving 400 miles to get that stuff. So let's get it done. Let's make it happen. Now on to the tomorrow morning Dawnbusters. Okay. We've got Old Thompson coming around the bend again.
La, 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 la. Old Thompson. Okay.
It's been performing pretty well, actually. I got it for a liter. I got this whole liter for $7.99 at Total Wine and More. That should tell you something. And then it's going to get its brains beat in, figuratively, beat in, out, and around by this. I mean, Old Thompson's fine, but it ain't going to beat Seagram 7 Crown. Sorry. That ain't going to happen. But that'll be the last blended whiskey Dawnbusters for the USA, because then for Friday, we're Canadian blended whiskey. And we have so many exciting products. Now, notice the glass. And notice this.
I don't know what that means.
What is it, Ron?
Eggnog.
Eggnog.
I heard that last year on Johnny Boy's channel. You remember that, Johnny Boy?
I remember that. That was, yeah.
I don't know if it was that particular brand, but
Uh-oh, he's drinking some now.
It's 14.75% alcohol. It's made with a fine selection of rum, brandy, and American blended whiskey. It's crammed full of goodness. That's what they say in their letterbox. And it is from, now this is going to tip everybody off. It's from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Hey, that's okay. It's right near
I think
me.
we know her, but I'm tipping people off to the producer. Now, I know you're getting jealous, but I'm going to take this ground cinnamon, pour it in there like so. Me. Now, here is that milky, eggy goodness.
just
Oh my God, that looks like
over
heaven.
me. I don't need no cinnamon.
It smells like cinnamon spiked custard in a liquid form. Here we go with the taste. Cheers to you all.
Cheers, Jay.
My eye. Why you shot me in the eye? You just shot me in the body. So that's my story, G. Anyway, this is working for a nightcap. Let me tell you this right now. Some British people told me, "Oh dear, what's eggnog? Never heard of it." I said, "I thought that was around the world. I thought everybody in the world drank eggnog." So, and like John Anilli says, McRib is back. It's not a joke. McRib is back. So,
Drink a bottle of eggnog. You're in like Flynn.
that's right. So Winter Haven Farms is really good. I like it, although it tastes surprisingly identical to Pennsylvania Dutch.
Yep.
92. This one's a good score. You have to watch my solo video to get a score on that. So, my viewers have a keen ear. My viewers are so keen. All right, I'm out of here, and I'm going to let everybody else come in and talk, give their scores, and then they have to pivot. They have to pivot over to, at the bottom of the hour, to Mexican style stouts, because people need that in their life. People need that in their life.
Oh, back to me. Okay. All right. Or no, maybe he didn't mean to do that. I know I was probably last, so y'all want to go around and give your scores?
Sean, you can go. It doesn't matter. The order doesn't.
Okay. Well, so the peppermint porter from Lexington Brew Company. It's an excellent porter. I really like it. I mean, if you like York peppermint patties, that's exactly what it tastes like to me. Obviously, it doesn't have quite the body as a stout, but it is a porter, so I can't. It is what it is. I wish the bourbon barrel notes were coming through a little bit more, but the peppermint is just so pronounced that I think it kind of gets lost with all the peppermint flavor that I'm getting. The 8.2% is masked exceptionally well. This is dangerous. You could just drink this down like nothing because there's no alcohol presence whatsoever. So really my only complaint is not enough barrel notes. I'm going to go with a 93 out of 100, just getting into that solid A range. It's an excellent beer. It's really not that expensive. I want to say it was 11, maybe it was $12.99. And I think this one was a 6-pack. If I'm not, I've had it in the fridge for a couple weeks now, so maybe I shouldn't even mention price. But for what it wasn't crazy expensive. It's got elevated alcohol, the barrel aging, all that. I think it's worth the price point. Definitely worth a try this holiday season. So 93 out of 100. There you go. Cheers, and glad I got to join tonight. It's been a minute. Wednesday's one of my craziest days, so glad I could get on here and hang out with all you cool guys. All right.
Johnny Boy, you want to go next?
Who?
Chatty-O.
Yeah, I'll go next. So what happens to a snow globe when you shake it? The snow goes everywhere, right?
Yeah.
What happens to a snow globe when you're done shaking it and you hold it there?
Settles.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm getting in my beer. I don't know if you can see it down there.
Oh wow!
I forgot the gelatin in this beer. Whoops! So
wow.
all the brown sugar is down there. So I know once I get down to the bottom of this, the party starts. Real quick, I will not be scoring this now because my score for this beer comes out Christmas Day. Along with, I'll be doing a versus between this and my first version to see, how they score between each other. But I will talk a little bit about it. I haven't done a taste for you guys yet. It is a brown ale base. Kind of see it. A little bit of color on the side. So it's a brown ale base. The clove, unlike the other version, is not really there. I'm getting more of a banana taste out of this, if that makes sense. I don't know how. I used Munich malt and crystal malt. So for a Christmas ale, getting banana out of it's a little odd, but I'll take it.
But do you like banana beers there, Chatty-O, or no?
I am a huge Hefeweizen fan, so yes, I like banana beers.
I love banana beers myself.
The more banana, the better.
Awesome. Right there.
But there's also a sweetness to this from the brown sugar, and the lower I get to it because it's heavy, it sinks, the more brown sugar comes out of it and brings out the gingerbreadness that I was going for this beer. So, yeah, I think only carbonating this beer since Saturday, and it's Wednesday, so about, let's say, 4 days. Not too bad, and you can see the carbonation there already. So, on the 19th, it's going to be very well carbed. Okay. Cheers, guys.
Thanks, Chatty.
Nice. I missed it earlier, I guess, because I joined late. That's your homebrew stout. And what was what did the ABV come out at?
I forgot to mention, it is 9, and you can kind of taste it. It's a little bit boozy on the back end. A little boozy on the back end.
Who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Okay, Alex, hit it.
Well, I'm gonna. It's a good beer, but it's not the best beer. So, and I normally don't do this. It's my second time, or I don't know how many times. I think I did a couple times, but I'm just gonna give this a 79 to an 80. It's not the best beer to me. Yes, it's a shocker. I know. Alex Beermaster says 79 to an 80. He normally goes to 85 to 90 to 100. Well, I'm going to tell
So 79 would be a C plus in my rating system, and an 80 would be a B minus. Would you say that it's a C average beer or a B getting into good beer?
It's just not my. It just doesn't have that. It has that cherry flavor, but it's just not the way I would want it.
It sounds to me like you're leaning more towards the 79, just like average. Yeah, you can take it or leave it type of thing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping
want that Robitussin cherry.
I'm hoping next year. I'm hoping next year, if I try this again, it'll be a better beer. We'll see what happens. This time, I'll just get a single next time. But I'm just going to stick with that until next time. Then for that, so cheers.
Cheers.
All right. Cheers.
Any shout outs, anything you want to do like
Oh
that?
yeah. Shout out. Thank you, Legendary Bumpy. Food Friday, we are doing beer and barbecue. It could be barbecue sandwiches. It could be barbecue, anything you want. Right? It's barbecue. It could be just anything barbecue. And barbecue and beer.
Oh, Lord, let me be home.
It could be the McRib, right, John?
Yep, there you go.
Sure.
Yeah.
It has that nice tangy barbecue McRib sauce on it, so why not?
Yeah.
It's pork.
And
It's processed pork patty goodness is what it is.
I would like to try that too. In a couple of weeks on Christmas Day, I will remind you, everybody. But on Christmas Day, we're going to be doing eggnog and cookies. And if you want to bring some rum to pour into your eggnog, even though it has already alcohol in it, eggnogs, who cares? Just do that too if you want.
Sounds fun.
That's what I'm going to be doing on Christmas Day at 8 o'clock at night. All right.
All right, I will go next then. I'm going to give the Deschutes Jubilee a 90. It's good. It's just, it says on the bottle toffee, and personally, I don't get no toffee in this.
Mm-mm.
I think if it had just a little bit more sweetness to kind of balance out some of that bitterness, it'd make it a little bit better in that aspect when I think of a fireside beer. And another thing, when I was watching Ron and David doing the the gingerbread ale from not Harp. Guinness. I was thinking of the Harp on Guinness Brewing. This has a similar color and a similar body, so I kind of have to agree with David Garlipe that it's good. I like the gingerbread stout, but it's not stouty, I don't think, but that's personal. Anyway, this is good. 90, I like it. Super great, no, but would I drink it again? Oh, heck yeah. I think it's very drinkable. So
there you go.
Bumpy.
All right.
and it's
So, something I kind of picked up on either be the power of suggestion or just I wasn't quite thinking that way when I was thinking of earthy tones and the hops and stuff. It does have an earthy end to it, but when Robert, the Whiskey Scout there, said picked up on the spices and stuff in his beer, started noticing there is that kind of spice note that I kind of get with like pumpkin beers. Not quite like pumpkin spice type stuff, but similar like type spices in the beer. Kind of does give me a slight moxie soda resemblance. That's what I always end up finding in the pumpkin ales. So it didn't quite go that far, but yeah, it was that little bit of a resemblance of those spices in this. So, good beer overall. I'm pretty easy to drink. Pretty tasty. Probably not something I want to drink day in and day out, but for holiday season type stuff. Belgian ales and stuff aren't bad. Score this one a 95 out of 100.
Bumpy, you mind holding up? Sorry, I was late, so I didn't see a lot of what you guys were drinking.
You got the Corson.
Donk. Huh. I've never heard of that.
Good looking label.
That is it, yeah.
I have no label, so.
Other than that, let's see. Looks like Mexican Lager has won for the Multi Monday, which would be December 7th.
Now, if you can't get that, if anybody out there says they can't get a Mexican lager, they're
I
lying.
could get a Mexican.
Now, does it have to be
No,
from Mexico, or can it be an American brewery making the Mexican lager?
So it can be technically any Mexican lager style.
Okay.
I can go to
But what I would really like is if people could try to find a Mexican lager that's done by a craft brewery. Try to get away from the macro stuff, since we've already done all that within the international lagers. A lot of folks brought Mexican cervezas to that, so it'd be nice just to see like variations done, like so more Mexican stylish. But yeah, you can bring Corona if you want to, because that does classify as a Mexican lager.
I'm gonna try to find a craft one. I never had a
95. 95, Ron, is what Bumpy was asking.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm the last one to score, John. You didn't see the can because you weren't on. It's from Two Roads, and it's called their Holiday Ale. And it's their Christmas beer at 7.3%. I don't know the IBUs. Stratford, Connecticut. You've had beers that were brewed from Stratford by them, from other breweries like Evil Twin. Some of their stuff comes out.
I was going to say the 12%. They're out of Stratford, which is the Evil Twin.
Right. So that was brewed in the same brewery that this came out of. I'm going to give it a 94. So mine's a solid A. And it's funny, listening to Alex talk about the cherry in his, I started picking up some cherry as I was sipping this. I didn't get it in the first few sips, but as it warmed, I got kind of the cherry. And it's not the Robitussin cherry. It's the good kind, like real cherry. So it's a background taste. It's not something I got right away, but as it warmed, it's definitely there. And if you can get this, I would highly recommend it. It's a very nice.
I'll try to find it, legendary Michael. And are you saying that these are not real cherries that I'm drinking? Then is that why I'm not liking it?
Either, but I think from the people who've had Mad Elf before, it was kind of like an artificial cherry. I've had it.
Maybe that's why I don't like it then. Okay.
I mentioned it in the chat.
You come on.
I was able to get a victory beer called Merry Monkey that was much more reasonably priced. It was 1% less. It was only 10. Yours is 11, but it was actually really good. And I had the Mad Elf too, and I didn't like it either. I don't think I would have given it an 80 though. I liked it more in the 85 range, more like a B. But again, everybody's got a different palate, and maybe I liked it a little bit more.
I don't know.
Shout out now to everybody. Ron brought it up. Here's the New Realm one that I'm going to be doing. John has something different, so
we doing that next.
Yeah,
this is from New Realm Brewing.
Let me get back.
It's Imperial. John, pronounce the second one. Oaxaca. Oaxaca Chaka.
Yeah.
I like it.
I butchered it when I reviewed it last year. I called it the Oaxaca Chaka, and everybody in the comments was like, "You moron, you can't pronounce it." But yeah, any Mexican chocolate style horchata, a Mexican stout type beer.
Candy cane in it. Is that close enough?
No. That's not a Mexican. That would be like a Christmas stout.
Mm-hmm.
Now, coconut sombrero. It's got I think that would qualify. Does it have chili peppers or chocolate in there?
Mexican style chocolate stout with coconut.
There you go. That's it.
Whoa, that one.
Hey,
No Tecate.
I have a suggestion. Do you want to do Christmas stouts on a stout Sunday for?
Maybe, but Alex, we can get into that later. This is Ron's show. I don't want to take over.
Sorry
talk about that off air.
And John, you have one from Terrapin, which is another Mexican
Yes,
style.
I'm excited. Yeah, I wanted to bring something different. Plus, I had the Oaxaca last year, so I'll be able to kind of. Well, I had it a few weeks ago. I just drank the last one. I forgot to save it for the examination. So
okay. So Robert, if you do want to join, you're welcome to. It's going to start right after this is over.
Oh, I don't mind. I got nothing better going on.
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
And I'm not one to turn down drinking a beer.
I'm sorry about that, but I didn't know about the Christmas stuff after this. Otherwise, I would have gotten a Christmas beer.
No, it's just
That
kind of.
really makes me mad.
Michael and I don't really plan these out too far in advance. A lot of times I get home too late from work to join Wildcard Wednesday, so we just kind of do this spur of the moment. It's not really a planned event. I'm sorry I didn't give further notice, but it is what it is.
I think Miscellaneous wanted to hop in and review a beer with us.
Well, Johnny Boy, I don't want to be mean, Johnny Boy. Sometimes we don't advance our live stream. Sometimes too, me and you.
Well, I know, but yeah, I mean, if you don't, I don't want to exclude anybody. But if you don't have a Mexican chocolate stout, you know, it's,
yeah, you don't.
That's the thing. That's what we're doing.
Exclude me.
I
Exclude
bought
me.
this on a Stout Sunday, so this is just I bought this to do on a Stout Sunday, and this is just by chance.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. That beer looks familiar. I've never had it, but I've had one of their beers. I think it's
Clown shoes. Yeah, you've had some clown shoes before, Al.
Thank you.
Hey, Ron, if you want to drop me out so you can come back in and close out your show, have at it, man. I need to go set up the other event anyway, so feel free.
All right, John, I'll look for your link. But I'll stay on until Jay says goodbye to the group.
Mm-hmm.
Goodbye to the group.
Ah, Ron, here, trick.
Okay, till South Sunday, Jay. I'll see you then.
See you guys soon.
All right, bye, Michael.
Robert, I'll see you soon.
All right.
All right, peace out.
Bye,
See you
guys.
I appreciate you.
Now you see now Miscellaneous could come in. Miscellaneous could join. He could present his beer. There goes Chatio. Everybody's leaving me like I was nothing to them. And now,
I'm here for you, brother.
And so Miscellaneous Magnets can join if he wants to present something. You can do that. You can do that. I don't know if John and Illy would appreciate it. Leather flavored clown shoes. Hey.
That's actually pretty funny.
No, I'm not waiting on you. You can join like literally immediately. It wouldn't be any wait. That's what I'm trying to say. You have your chance right now, live on the internet. Right now, live on the internet. Right? Actually, now. Right now, live on the internet from Miscellaneous Magnets. Right now, live. Here we are waiting and not getting any production facility. Okay, now, Bumpy Road, you have promoted Mexican lager, craft beer, Mexican style lagers, which I may or may not be able to get. But if I show up with Corona Familiar, you might.
That's fine.
like
Yeah. Like I'll give an example for viewers that.
Yeah, we get some of those, but I don't know if I can access them at this particular time.
What you'd look for basically is for it to say that it is a Mexican lager on the can. This one's called Chexican.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can bring the standard, whatever
Well, it'll probably be this.
the
I
main
don't
ones
know.
are too.
I've never seen labeled Mexican beers that were like that around here. Mostly it's all Mexican. We have a large Hispanic population. But I'll try to join with those. Probably if I can find it. And sometimes I can't. Is the
Well,
Bohemia Dark.
I believe
The Bohemia Dark.
New Belgium put one out.
We had a number of Mexican style lager craft beer production Mexican style lagers down here. They were okay. They were kind of like not quite as good as Corona, so you can take that how you want to take it. You know,
They're all pretty much brewed about the same way.
but
Except
they cost.
some of the
They
craft
cost,
ones might have.
but they cost at least twice as much as Corona. So not quite as good as Corona Extra, but twice the price. Didn't really sit too well with me. So Christmas evening, eggnog and cookies. You know, I could do that maybe.
I'll just drink the whole eggnog again.
I would not ever drink an entire eggnog.
It's not hard, and it's not as bad as you think.
I was very satisfied. I was very satisfied with my little 4-ounce.
Just
Probably-
bloats you real bad. I mean, just heavy on the stomach after a while.
It probably wasn't really even 4 ounces what I poured tonight, but oh, look at the man with the showing off. Go ahead.
Okay, come on. Let's
Well,
see your.
I'm gonna brew
Right.
tomorrow, so I'm gonna make an imperial stout. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a tincture. So I got this oak infused spiral.
Yep.
And I'm gonna probably put, I don't know, half cup to a cup of the Knob Creek smoked maple and let that infuse, and then so make a tincture with it, and then put it into secondary with the imperial stout to kind of make it like a barrel aged imperial stout.
What you got in your hand is about 70 proof.
This is
No.
90 proof.
That should be 90 proof, yeah.
Ooh.
It smells a lot like maple. It's got a lot of maple.
Yeah. I seen Scott one time take an older version of that. Wasn't that label? He took it. He poured some for him and Bart. Then Bart took a drink of his, and Scott took a drink of his, and Scott grabbed Bart's out of his hand or something and threw him down and poured the bottle out. And said, "This ain't fit for human." Some shit. But I've never had it, so I can't say for myself. But
It was one that I could actually drink and not be like disgusted by. I could
Right.
actually hold it in my mouth and get the notes out of it.
Okay. So,
you wouldn't be disgusted by this if you can buy it. This
yeah.
was a full bottle 1 week ago, less than a week ago.
Wow, somebody's been doing
I'm
some-
enjoying the heck out of this stuff.
I've never had Maker's Mark. I've never had Maker's Mark of any variety in my life.
If you find the 101, it's
Well,
definitely
okay.
buy.
I can get it. I can get it.
I'm
Well,
sure you can.
So we have, I know y'all about the jet off, but I have Canadian whiskey coming up. And what I did was yesterday, I sat out in the sunlight, felt really good with that strong sunlight on me. But I opened a bottle of Seagram's Canadian Hunter, which was a little peculiar because Seagram's sold Canadian Hunter to Sazerac in 1989. So that's telling me that the bottle was from at least 1989, if not earlier. And I said to myself, oh boy, this is going to taste so much different than the current Canadian Hunter. But sometimes you get shocked. All right. So that's a long video. I don't know how many people in this world would want to watch a 20-minute video about Seagram's Canadian Hunter, but it's going to get posted, I think, tomorrow. So for good or ill, but I was pretty interested in it. I was just like thinking the whole time I was doing the video. I just kept thinking, you know. So anyway, I like whiskey. I like whiskey videos when they make you start thinking, you know, and beer too, of course, beer and wine, you know.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Red Does It All. I like my whiskey collection too.
Yeah,
It gives me a lot of.
you got a fairly impressive collection, and you can, when you drive to Louisiana one day, you'll get an add-on to that collection.
No.
Of course, you bought it.
We got to wait for the COVID crud to run its stupid course with the ignorance.
Well, I could say a lot of things, but then the video would go for 3 more hours.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I got to get over with Johnny Boy here in a little bit.
Okay, well, y'all have a good time over there doing y'all's thing with the Mexican style stouts.
All right, will do.
Cheers, Ron. Thanks for having us on.
Yep. Enjoyed it.
You're welcome. Thanks for joining me in my 2nd decade of broadcasting.
Let the next 10 years commence.
It's not a bad thing at all.
Years bring. the first 10 years went by in a flash. So Rogue, Santa's Private Reserve. Yeah, somebody just did a video on that like about 2 days ago. So yeah, they still make it. All right, bye y'all. I know you got to go.
I think they had a Rogue's Santa's Private Reserve with like peppermint sticks.
Yeah, Rogue is kind of dead to Louisiana now. Their beers just poof went away like overnight. Only thing we really get now is the hazelnut brown, and of course Dead Guy. But you can remember years ago you'd have like a lineup of like 10, 12 different Rogue beers, but now
Yeah, it was like Budweiser and then Rogue.
not no more. Not no more. Oh yeah, Coors Winterfest. Tommy, I tried that in December 1996. I was so excited in 97 to get the next one. Ain't never saw it again. Oh,
Yellow Snow from Rogue.
Oh golly. Ain't got nothing to say about that. You're not gonna join the stout hangout?
I'm not doing the stout hangout. I don't have. I mean, it was like short notice. It was like
5 minute notice.
an hour or two ago when that was.
What about
dated? It's like I'm not going to go shopping now.
What about Wines Days?
Wines Day that might be going on, but I haven't joined What the ABV. Last week I didn't join that, so I got.
Wines Day starting about 1 minute, and What the ABV starting about 1 minute, right?
That starts at 9.
Oh, 9. Okay.
So I mean, I could join up and watch Wines Day for like 15 minutes or so before I get on panel with the other thing.
All right. Well, y'all, I'm getting off the air because got Dawnbusters early tomorrow morning. So thanks for joining. Again. Cheers to you. Enjoy that particular ale. All right. So that's a wrap. You have cherry wine. Oh, I asked about Kiafa and everybody they were like, what is Kiafa? You know, so.
Oh, yeah, watch out where the Huskies go.
He will, Nina. He will. Bumpy's got good discernment. Okay, thanks, everybody.